So today I'm showing off my besiege ticking clock. It's real simple. This is a simple bit of logic here and timers and stuff. And they simply allow me to rotate this like once every second. It's kind of like once every half second, but that doesn't matter because it's getting geared down anyways. So that gets geared down by these 2 to 1s or 1 to 2s or whatever. It gets geared down to 64 to 1. I believe that's this gear here is rotating one time every 64 seconds. And that's plugged into this gear here, which is attached to that gear, which is attached to this differential system. That is then stepped down 1, 2, 3, 4 times, yeah. So you get 1/4 the speed of 64 to 1, which is, like you say, you have 64 to 1, right? And you need to take off 4 from that to make it 60 to 1, so you have 60 seconds in a minute. So what you do is you need to subtract 4/64ths from 64, and that's 1/16th, and 1/16th is like 1/4 of 64 to 1, so we need to divide it like 4 times by 2. No, wait, that isn't right. 64, 32, 16, 8, 4. Yeah, 4/64ths. And basically, what I just said was in regards to this differential. And you can take two different speeds and you can plug them into this, and you can basically add or subtract them depending on which direction they're spinning. And I'm subtracting, so they're spinning in the same direction, albeit one much slower than the other. And these just kind of ride between them, and it forces this inner part to spin at a speed respective to these two. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Um, so that's my second hand. It spins at a rate you would expect it to. Here's my minute hand. It's the second hand, but flipped around. And same shit. And then that moves up to this here. This is my hour hand. It's got, uh, it's a little confusing looking at it here, but you've got this gear, right, which is connected to one of these, and that turns all this junk around, and I forget how it works, to be honest, but at some point you have two different speeds here. Like, you have, like, this one spins one time, and something here spins like 4 or 5 or 6 times. And that's plugged into two ends of the differential here. And then you get one input. And it was kind of, I don't know, I learned something figuring that out. You've got this. This is just here to set the time. That spins 1/12 the speed that this one does. And these are just in line with the gearing. These gears up front here are basically just like these 4 and these 3. They're just here to transport our speed, our hand movement to a single point, so it looks more like a dial on a clock. Um, Fun fact, this method kind of feels like cheating. That's because it is. Um, yeah, these little propellers here just take slack out of the system. You can see that they're, look how bouncy this thing is. Whoops, I broke it. Oh well. Um, there's a lot of slack in gears in besiege because they're not perfect. I kind of wish they were. They're not. Uh, what else is there to say? I mean, I had to design it this way because we only have two different gear types in besiege. It would have been way easier if we had many toothed gears, which we do not. So yeah, that's my clock. Um, it's pretty cool. If you want to download it, I'm gonna put a link in the description. Um, I'll try to find some kind of file hosting service.